up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, it's all about disappointing products that they let me down. They cut deep. I really wanted them to work, but they just didn't. So some of these products are ones I said I'd give updates on, so that's what we're doing today. And a couple of them are pretty controversial on my channel. I got some backlash for a couple of them because I didn't like them. And I'm so tired of fearing backlash for being honest. Like, why should I apologize for being honest to you guys and only recommending and putting my name on something that I think is like absolutely amazing? I do not apologize for being picky. We don't have to like the same things. We can have different opinions and different personal preferences. Like, that's completely normal. And you know, I'm just so tired of people taking makeup so seriously. It's meant to be fun and therapeutic. I'm a little sassy today. I just got done doing a sassy anti-makeup haul, so I'm kind of still in that mode, in that vibe. So yeah, it might be a sassy one today. But let's talk about some products that are probably the least controversial of this bunch. So these are the new CoverGirl Lash products. So these are the CoverGirl Lash Blast, this is hard to say, Lash Blast Flourish Mascara and the Lash Blast Amplify Primer. So these are brand new. This was sent to me from CoverGirl. So here's what the Flourish Mascara looks like. It's just kind of like a medium size, like spiky kind of wand. This doesn't do anything for my lashes. It gives me no volume, no length. It just separates basically. And when you have no volume or length to kind of balance that out, it's just like, it's just grossness. I just don't like this mascara. And plus the wand feels kind of spiky against your lash root and it kind of hurts. So I feel like they've really gone downhill, especially with their mascara type products. And as far as the primer goes, this just doesn't really do anything for me. I did one side with it, one side without it a couple of times and couldn't really tell a big difference. So it's just an extra step that I don't need to incorporate. So yeah, these are no-go for me. Next up is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. So I tried this a while back and then Catrice sent me a little PR gift box, which was really, really nice of them. But this concealer I've given chance after chance to, and it just does not work for me whatsoever. It creases worse than any other concealer I've ever tried. It is so thin, and I guess it's where it's like thin and hydrating. It creases after like 2 minutes of applying it. Even after I've applied the setting powder, it starts creasing really bad. And I don't have bad fine lines or bad creases under my eyes or anything, but this seems to find them. So this just doesn't work for me. I like the coverage, I like the consistency of it, I like the brightness of the shade that's in the shade Porcelain, but this just does not hold up on me. So next up is one that I am very disappointed in because this was super hyped up. It's from one of my favorite brands and it let me down. So this is the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. So I did talk about this in my entire ColourPop No Filter Face Collection video a while back. And I haven't used this foundation since that video. Like, this has become so forgotten about and just so like tossed aside already. It's just not amazing. Like, it's an okay foundation, but it's just so mediocre. And I don't recommend mediocre products on my channel. Number one, the packaging is a letdown because it just looks so childish. You don't get a cap, which is ridiculous, especially for the price of $12. It doesn't even come with 1 fluid ounce of product, which is standard, so that sucks as well. But the shades seem to run pretty golden, so there's a lot of shades. I feel like they have like 42 shades, but they all are very yellow undertone, which works for me, but just isn't very universal for everybody else. But as far as the formula goes, you can get a pretty good coverage out of it, but it is not as pigmented as what I thought it would be, and it just breaks down way too fast on me. I have normal oily skin, but I typically don't get greasy or shiny throughout the day. If I do, the products I'm wearing must suck because my skin is pretty normalized and pretty balanced. This breaks up so bad right here in my T-zone. It gets oily and greasy and shiny. It gets cakey and just powdery looking. It just doesn't hold up very well at all. So big letdown for me because ColourPop is my favorite brand, but it ain't worth it. There are a few products that I want to talk about that I don't actually have on me anymore, so we're just going to pop up pictures over here. But the next product is the CYO Life Proof Foundation. So here's what it looks like over here. This was an okay foundation for me. It worked out fine, but it didn't do anything better than what I already have in my collection. And what I'm looking for is something that works completely, like it just outperforms everything else that I already own because I don't need duplicates of stuff that I already have in my collection. So it blended out nicely, it held up nicely, it had an okay coverage, didn't really have any problems with it, it just didn't blow my mind. And I'm just on a hunt for something that will blow my mind. Next up are the Tarte Tartelette palettes. So I'm talking about both of them. So the Tartelette in Bloom and the original Tartelette. So these were so hyped up, maybe not necessarily like currently, but they used to be really hyped up and really popular. But these are so sheer and they lack intensity, and it takes forever to complete an eye look with them. It takes forever to build them up. It's like the mattes don't want to actually adhere to the skin. The shimmers are just very lackluster, and it takes a long time to build those up too. So these I expected to outperform everything else in my collection and just be amazing, but definitely no. Okay, so next up, this is where I'm going to get a lot of backlash. The Makeup Revolution Emily Noel Edit Palettes. I tried, guys. I really, really tried. Dare I say, some of the worst palettes I've tried in a really long time. I got so many comments accusing me of being dishonest, accusing me of just being mean and rude, and, you know, saying I was doing something wrong. I needed to do this. I need to try this. Well, she said that you have to do it like this, and you're doing it wrong. Like, every excuse in the book, without saying, you know what, maybe they're just not good. Because if I recommend stuff that's mediocre all the time, and I'm trying to find the good in everything, and, you know, not just giving it to you straight, then you're gonna go out and spend your hard-earned money on it, and you're gonna be disappointed. And then I'm gonna lose my credibility, you're gonna lose trust in me, and that's just not worth it just to say that I support somebody. And I don't have to support her monetarily. I got so many comments from you guys saying that the palettes were okay, you didn't love them, but you still, like, they were decent, but you wanted to keep them just to support Emily. And I got a lot of comments also saying that she could put out the worst products in the world and you would still buy them to support her. I'm just not like that. Like, I just don't agree with that. The issues were blatant, they were obvious, like, they were, like, right in your face. It was not like I was just reaching to find something wrong with it. If it doesn't work with what I already do in my pre-existing techniques and stuff, then it's just not worth my time. Whew, so it's getting a little toasty in here. I feel like it's time to bring the video to a close. My shirt is sticking to my back, so we're gonna call it quits. So thank you all so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and when you do that, comment below #partypeople to let me know that you're part of my Party People squad, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.